So yes, I do, I do love my wife, but don't tie your worth to whether or not your narcissist decides to get help or not. Because it's not about you if they choose not to get help. It's really about us. It's really about the actual narcissist. It's about the narcissist not caring enough about ourselves or themselves or whatnot to go get help. It's a narcissist not thinking that there is a problem, which is why most of us don't go get help. It's the narcissist afraid of change, which is another reason why narcissists don't go get help, because narcissists are so used to patterns and things like that. Going to therapy and getting help would break the pattern that they've been so accustomed to their entire lives. So just because the narcissist in your life does not go to get help does not have anything to do with you. So don't internalize your value or devalue yourself based on whether or not they go get help. What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. I'm your favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, better known as Mental Illness, the diagnosed narcissist from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You know where to find me at. If this is your first time seeing my face, I am a diagnosed narcissist, and I bring awareness to narcissistic personality disorder and validate the victims and survivors of said disorder. This series right here, A Narcissist Explains, I take my TikToks and my YouTube shorts and expound upon them, because YouTube shorts and TikToks only give you 60 seconds. So this one right here in particular is about tying your self-worth to whether or not the narcissist in your life goes to get help. And that narcissist could be your husband or wife, could be your child, could be your parent, could be your grandparent, could be your friend, could be your aunt, uncle, could be anybody, boss, whatever. And pretty much I go like, you know me, I talk about the personality disorder, and yet I'm still like, I'm married and I have 3 kids, and a lot of people see me and they always ask, like, what did your wife do to get you to go to therapy? And I always have to tell them straight up, like, she didn't do anything. Like, she packed her stuff up and left. She left. She removed herself from the equation as to where I can no longer blame her for where I was in my life. I was hitting rock bottom, and she removed herself. Like, she took her parachute away from me and allowed me to smack rock bottom. And that's the only way I would be in therapy. Like, she left. She didn't tell me she was leaving. Well, a couple times. She left like 2-3 times. Like, she didn't tell me she was, the last time, the most recent time, she didn't tell me she was leaving. She just packed her stuff up. I came home and she was gone. She removed herself from the equation. Like, and I went back to therapy. I had missed like 3, 4, 5 therapy appointments. And I went back to therapy, stayed in there, and committed myself to go to therapy for the rest of my life. That's what happened. I know people see that they always think, because I'm in therapy and I'm married and my wife came home, they think that she did something to magically get me to go to therapy. And I just keep telling people, and it's like, well, you loved your wife enough to go get help. I was like, yeah, I love my wife, but like, there's not, like, she can leave. If she left today, I would still go to therapy. Literally, I would still be going to my therapy appointment on the 23rd of this month. I think it's the 23rd. I would still be logging on to my virtual therapy appointment and going and talking to my therapist. I still would, because I don't go to therapy for her. I go to therapy for me, and it trickles down to her and my kids and my life. I go to therapy for me, and the trickle down effect happens. You know what I mean? So I let people, they get down on themselves, like men and women get down on themselves, because like, oh, I would just wish my husband or wife would go get help. And I guess I don't mean enough to them. It has nothing to do with you. It literally has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the narcissistic person in your life not thinking that there is a problem. And even if they do think that there is a problem, nobody will check them on it. And or they, like, when they do something, they're always forgiven immediately. Like, there's nobody holding that person accountable for their actions, so they continuously get away with doing stuff to people. You know? So why would that person go get help if they're already, the life that they're living is not going to change whether or not they go get help? Babe, can you please go to therapy? Please. If I don't go to therapy, will you leave me? No, but okay, I'm not going. Sometimes you have to remove yourself. You have to try. You can't. But this is one thing I get people. You can't love them through it. You can't love them through. You can't You can't overlove them. Apply so much love to them that they go get therapy or they get over their disorder. If they are a real narcissist, it's their personality disorder. It doesn't go anywhere. Me right now in this moment talking to you, I'm still 100,000% a narcissist, and I know 100,000% is not a number. 100% a narcissist. I'm still a narcissist. I haven't changed. I'm still a narcissist. I'm just in therapy. I have not recovered. I have not healed. I'm just a narcissistic person with narcissistic personality disorder. that is in therapy. That is it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no circular thing. But the therapy has helped me alter my behaviors and stop and slow down my triggers, and has taught me how to respond as opposed to react. So don't tie your self-worth to whether or not the person in your life goes to get help, because a lot of time in these narcissistic relationships, you give so much love to the other person that you start to neglect yourself. That you feel like this person is all you deserve, and this person is the only person in the world that can make you feel happy, because you've given them that power over you. You gave it to them. Like, you lowered your self-worth and your self-value and your morals and dropped all your boundaries for this person. Why? I tell people out there, there's 8 billion other people on the planet. Why this person? Why is this person worth you giving up your life? Especially if you don't have kids or anything, no kids, no property, no nothing to get. You're not even tied together by anything other than you're not even married, other than the title of boyfriend or girlfriend. Why would you give somebody that much power over you? Why? You know, I just love them. I wanted to say F love, but I know YouTube will shut the video down. But their closest is F love, because love is not just a word. People throw the word I love you around so much and don't apply the actions behind it. It is insane. It's absolutely insane. It's like crazy how much people just say I love you and treat you like dirt. You know I love you, but you're not treating me like it. Are you gonna leave me? No? Okay. Then you must think this is love then. Stop tying your self-worth. Stop getting so down on yourself and so out on yourself over somebody that probably wouldn't come to your funeral. They might ain't come to your funeral. If they did come to your funeral, they be trying to hit on your sister or your brother. You know what I mean? They're trying to get attention on the funeral. Imagine them coming to your funeral and crying over your casket. Ah, my baby go. Y'all see me crying? I love her. Ah. Imagine that. What is it worth? Like, y'all would rather live a life of desolation and unhappiness just to have somebody. Well, at least I'm not alone. Well, I know there's a bunch of happy single people out there that are getting treat themselves better than you are getting treated in this relationship because you're not alone. At least I'm married. Okay, cool, bet. That's you bragging on being married, but you getting treated terribly like dirt. You know what I mean? What is going on? Like, you have to think about that right there. Think about that dynamic right there. When you think about that dynamic, you shift. The dynamic shifts, and you feel better about yourself and things of that nature. So I think you have to kind of keep moving forward and like not tie your self-worth to that person. Like, you are worth more than getting treated like less than dirt. Like, stop giving your all to somebody that is not even giving you the bare minimum. Stop trying to meet somebody in the middle that's still at the starting point. You're at the finish line. They still at the starting point. You're trying to drag them along. Sometimes letting go sometimes is harder than holding on. Like, you got to power up and stop tying yourself. Stop giving so much energy to these people that don't deserve it. Especially if y'all have kids. The kids are right here watching you struggle, watching you unhappy. It bleeds into your parenting. It bleeds into your relationship with your family. It bleeds into your friendships. You start losing friends. Like, hey, you're not the same you used to be. We don't want to hang around with you no more. Pretty much, for lack of a better word. So you have to empower yourself to take your strength back and to get past these people and to take your power back and like feel better about yourself. Like, you don't tie your self-worth to a narcissist. Don't tie it, whether or not they'll get help. That's just my last point. Anyways, y'all, if you haven't, like and subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate every single one of y'all. I really do. I'm super thankful because as much as y'all learn from me, I learn more from you. Thank you so much. Mental Illness is out. Peace. Love yourself.